Hey everybody, I'm here on the last leg of my deep dive through Coldplay's discography to talk about A Head Full of Dreams. This is another big shift from the band who, as we've seen from the skeletally appealed Ghost Stories, didn't leave much of an impression, at least not on me, with their underwritten and simultaneously overproduced balladry. And while I can't appreciate much of what was going on there, basically none of it, save for the track Magic, really left a lasting impression on me. It felt like the obligatory breakup album, despite the fact that it probably came from a real and very deep emotional place. And then we have this new record, newer, that is, which flips their underwritten and sort of lackluster songwriting on its head by just being a poppy, more inspired statement of grandeur and acceptance. That's pretty cool right off the bat. And the songs themselves, take the title track for instance, vibe off this more airy, relaxed feeling, something even the livelier songs here manage to make use of. Take Adventure of a Lifetime, for example, with its legendary opening riff and engaging dance pop stylings. It's a more focused and dynamic work than anything on Ghost Stories. With other tracks here, like, say, Army of One and Up&Up, the payoff is instant and hits you right from the get-go. It's immensely satisfying. Unfortunately, much of this is undercut by some pretty poor song choices here that mar the album with inconsistency. Hymn for the Weekend, while generally pretty catchy, supporting some great vocals by Beyoncé even, is one of the most derivative and insubstantial songs they've ever written. And to continue this train of derivation, we have Everglow, another dull track with mediocre instrumentation that the prior at least managed to circumvent by being exciting and bold. It harkens back to my problems with Ghost Stories. While the emotion here is real, and the band gives a heartfelt performance to back it up, it's undercut by the bland instrumentation and underwritten lyricism. Amazing Day falls in the same trap, unfortunately. As dense and heartfelt as it is, it's just too sleepy and out of the moment for me to engage with. And that hurts the song, especially considering its subject matter. Luckily, this problem isn't actually present with most of the album, which is why we get the great glimmering highs of songs like Adventure of a Lifetime, Army of One, Up&Up. The final track sporting a great anthemic ending, that with its heartfelt never give up message is still one of the more engaging moments on here. In fact, Up&Up stands as a beautiful and sentimental outward-facing ending track that I personally really love. The lyrics here are some of the most effective we've heard from this band since 2011. Unfortunately, there is a problem present with most of the album. There's no bite to it, and while that would oftentimes be the mark of a very pleasing, euphoric sort of album, they aren't able to achieve this either, especially with some of the more dull marrow on this thing, like the song Fun, where a simple and unappealing story is content to lay itself out with bland instrumentation and just too much middling production unable to direct any of the lyrical passages here. This bland, safe songwriting covers even the interludes, which would have you believe they convey this deep sense of importance. And while I do like the second one, Color Spectrum, for conveying some of the ideals of the songs prior, it falls into the same trap as the rest of the album, by just not going far enough. The first interlude isn't even worth mentioning, with singing from former President Barack Obama and saccharine glockenspiel. None of the track needed to exist. It should have either been rewritten or removed entirely in favor of a modified tracklist. In the vein of not going far enough, the song Birds has a nice, fun chorus and a fantastic bass line, but doesn't capitalize on it with its verses, which is really the meat and potatoes of a good song, even a good Coldplay song. Here though, it's just content to sit there until chorus time, despite its very cool, quick instrumentation. That's disappointing. And while this album doesn't disappoint me coming from Ghost Stories, it certainly does coming from the hard-hitting impetus of their early career. It feels as if they're a band content to rest on their laurels here, and this worried me when the record first released, me being afraid that this was their last album, and then this would be the final watermark on their increasingly indecisive legacy. While this record is more inconsistent than Ghost Stories, the highs are much, much higher, and the record is better because of it. I'm feeling a 39 here, and I am really glad that this is not their last album. So what did you guys think of this LP? Funnily enough, this was actually my first Coldplay album. If there are any records you'd like to see reviewed by me, feel free to ask. And if you like this content, consider subscribing and hitting that bell for more of it. In any case, thanks for your time, and have a great day.